that you're all here at our GIVeconomy launch party. What we're going to be doing in this call is going through a little bit of Giveth past, Giveth history, what was before, and then talking about what the GIVeconomy is now, and then talking about some of the cool, exciting future plans that we have here. So up here on the stage with me, we've got Griff, Ashley, Mitch, and Willie, all Giveth superstar heroes. And maybe I'll just pass the mic around to everybody quickly so that they can introduce themselves. So I'll pass it first to you, Griff.
Yeah, I'm Griff Green. I helped start Giveth back in 2016, and couldn't be more proud of and the path that we got there. And I'm probably going to be mostly talking about the past and the future, but I'm excited, so excited that we're here today. It's crazy. I'll throw it over to Willie.
Thanks, Griff. Morning, everybody. GM. My name's Willie. I work full time over at Shapeshift and Giveth by night. I started working with Giveth in 2020 when I met Griff at ETH Denver. Had been dreaming about the future of giving for many years before that, and finally felt like ETH Denver 2020 was the right time to build it because no one had built it yet. And Giveth was my favorite project at the time that I thought was the closest to that vision. But around 2020, a lot of the team had left to go focus on scaling because the original dApp launched on mainnet, and it became kind of prohibitively expensive after the CryptoKitties explosion. So couldn't be happier, like Griff said, with where Giveth is now. Was just reminiscing on it last night, and like this is seriously a dream come true. And I'll pass to Mitch.
And then launching the GIVeconomy. So I'm really excited to share with you guys today some of the features of the Giveth.io dApp and some interesting features that we have there. And I will pass it to Kai.
Yo, what's up? Wagmi, everyone. I'm Gilet Royal, or Kai. It's my real name, so to say. I'm running with Giveth since almost the early start in 2017. And I'm so proud of the team and the teams we had, the team we have now, everyone who's here in the room. Thanks for joining the GIVeconomy, the revolution.eth. So excited to be here. Mostly doing admin and dev stuff. And very, very cool, the road we traveled. Let's reminisce a little. And I think I shoot it to Lauren.
Thanks, Kai. Okay, cool. So that covers everybody on the stage right now. So I really want to get started with just talking about a little bit of Giveth's history and where we started, where we came from. So I'll pass it over to Griff. I also, there's a couple of OG Givethers in the audience. If you guys want to jump up onto the stage and join in the conversation of talking about where we came from, just either DM me or ask to speak, and I'll bring you up onto the stage. So I'll pass it off to you, Griff.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I see Yaler, I see Chris, I see Wojtek, I see, who else is in here? I mean, we should get a mean up here. OJ, Oz, my old buddy Oz, good to see you, man. Love to get all of you guys up here to talk about a little bit of Giveth's past. You know, Giveth really has been on this journey for so long. And if you're not in the Zoom, I'm going to share screen a little bit. So definitely consider hopping in the Zoom so you can see what I'm talking about here. Let's see if I can find this one. So Giveth started in 2016. Back in the day, there was this project called the DAO, and the DAO was hacked, and we were hacked for the DAO had raised 14% of all Ethereum in existence, and then we were hacked for 4% of it. And that was my project before Giveth. And then fortunately, we were able to recover, and the White Hat group, which was me, Jordy, and a few other more anonymous people. A lot of us got together and we started Giveth at the end to kind of like relearn, take all the good stuff that we could from the DAO and learn how to do it better for the next time. And we really wanted to bring DAOs into the charity space and into the public goods space. Although we didn't use the public goods terminology back then, that's more of something recent that came up through the Ethereum space. But we started off by we wanted to DAOify charity, and we started off by creating the Mini-Me token, which is a token that is used by Aragon and Status and all of these, a lot of other projects as well. Every Aragon DAO uses the Mini-Me token. We use the Mini-Me token today, actually, in the GIV token in our gardens is still a Mini-Me token. And this is the first blog post that was made by Giveth. And we also created this thing called the Vault and the Milestone tracker. And that was a mess, man. We tried to create a real dApp, and Wojtek, is Wojtek on the stage yet? Let's get Wojtek on the stage. Wojtek helped us build this dApp with Jordy back in the day. That was like, oh man, it was ugly. It was actually scrolling through the blockchain, listening for events. And the longer we had the dApp up, the longer it would take to scroll through the blockchain. Wojtek, I don't know if you want to talk about that application that you helped build. Oh,
I can't find him. Oh,
no,
he's up. Oh, good.
But the green box isn't coming around your face, Wojtek, so I don't know if the sound is quite working. But yeah, so we gave it a shot, and we learned a lot about scaling Ethereum that day. Honestly, we learned that it's not that dApps are not going. You know, now there's the graph, and now there's so many cool things that just didn't exist back then. We learned the hard way that a true decentralized application is not an easy feat to achieve. But we're always, but in that first dApp, what was really cool is that we actually had a token, and we had a token back in 2017 that anytime someone donated to our project, we would actually give them a token. And that was really the always kind of the point, was that what if we could give governance over nonprofits to the people who donate and to the people who volunteer. And we didn't know exactly how to do it then. We just created this application that would mint token when people donate. But that was the starting point. But then we, because our purpose at the beginning was always to build effective decentralized communities. And this is the soft launch in 2017 blog post. Our purpose was to build effective decentralized communities that desire to change the world. And we wanted to align incentives properly so that good people could be rewarded for doing good work in a frictionless, transparent way. And we ran into a lot of friction, to say the least. And so after our first dApp prototype, we kind of scrapped it altogether and went for more of a normal dApp backend and all of these things. And we also grew the team a lot in 2017. That's when Yaler and Kai and Chris and Oz came in, and we started off with a dApp, and we launched the dApp, I think, at the end of 2018. But then there was this huge scaling issue called CryptoKitties, and that's when things really got heated, and we had to reassess again, how do we build on Ethereum? Yeah, and I don't know if I could keep going and going, of course, but I don't know if Yaler or Oz, if you guys have any stories from back in like 2017, 2018 about the good times with Giveth.
I just wanted to say, I think now you're getting to the one that Wojtek helped lead, that won the 2017 Toronto ETHCon dApp Award. So it wasn't perfect, but I think it was still speaking to the people.
It was definitely ahead of its time. I remember hacking my way through that dApp in my early days and being like, what the hell are we doing here?
Oh, but we did great. One thing we should mention is, like, we were always big on dog fooding, so we always used the dApp ourselves to, have early on-chain operations, paying out people and the way it worked was people would make their own milestones. There would be their payment page, and so we always used the quote product, although I don't like the word, ourselves.
Yeah.
How much did it cost? Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, could you just put it into perspective? Like, how much did it cost after CryptoKitties to do an action like sign up for Giveth or donate on Giveth? You guys remember?
Donating wasn't so bad. It was like, $2 or something to donate. But to actually create a project on Giveth, it cost $100. And then $100 to create a campaign, and then $11 to create each milestone payment. And we were like, oh my God, this is way too expensive. Of course, now it's like, that's how much it takes to send a token somewhere half the time. But
right.
at the time it was cost prohibitive for charities, so we had to reassess. And that's when we actually built the first scaling solution. We even had a scaling conference in Barcelona that a lot of people came to, and it was very heavily attended and really influential. And we built one of the first scaling solutions with our Giveth, which is now called the Giveth Trace app, where we actually bridged to Rinkeby, because at the time there was no Block Scout, there was no other Explorers options. So to scale Ethereum, we used the test networks, and we built a bridge. We called it the Ghetto Bridge, and because it's very centralized, very hacked together by our nonprofit crew, So it was really wild, but we got there. And at that time, we were actually using the dApp, but we didn't have the bridge up. And so we used the application with this multi-send contract where we'd manually go through and find out all the people. We were tracking our donations, right? And so we'd manually go through and just write down, make a spreadsheet to see what everyone did to get paid. And then we'd use like a multi-send contract that was kind of like Disperse.app now, that we would, but didn't work nearly as well. And then we'd send it. Oh man, that was so annoying, honestly. Yeah, Chris, do you have any good stories from back in the day? I didn't give you much of a setup.
No, but that's all good. Yeah, well, so many stories. And I guess the thing that like when I think of the origins of Giveth, one of the key things when people ask me. So yeah, hello everyone. So I'm Chris. I used to do communications for Giveth, and I joined in 2017, end of 2017. And so I always talked about Giveth about like that I love it so much because it's all about transparency and accountability, which I love. And it was like really in everything in like how Giveth worked and still works. That is like, it's a very welcoming environment and it's very open. So my first Giveth meeting was actually one where I was just like, I met Griff like a few months before that in the US, and at a launch of another project, and we connected well. But then I was just like, okay, well, like I want to start like working on another project. I don't know anything about crypto, just the project I was working in. And then there was just like a gathering of Giveth in Barcelona, and I was just at home, and Kai was live streaming all the meetings, and I was just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna like sit in and listen. And then they were asking like, hey, we're gonna do this brainstorm about like merchandising and stuff that we need, and like we need swag. And so that's when the idea came up about the Giveth Frisbees, the one that is still hanging on my wall. And so then I just started commenting in the YouTube comments on like, you could do this or you could do that. And like Kai immediately responded like, hey, we have Chris here, who's responding this and that on YouTube. And I was like, wow, I felt so included and welcomed to the community. And that was like my first impression of Giveth. It was like, these people are so nice. That's like how I well, apart from like Griff that I met before, but then I saw like, hey, this entire community of people is so welcoming and warm and open and including, and I really love that.
Nice. Yeah, and there was another major event that happened. Was we actually rescued $210 million from a multi-sig exploit. Kai was there.
Yes.
Kai, I don't know if you want.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you were you there, Chris. You weren't there, right?
No, but I was part of the project I was working for, Swarm City, was affected by that exploit. So I was like monitoring it all very closely, and that's like when I actually read the post about like the White Hackers Group, and I was like, oh, give it to the rescue. And it was like another reason that I really appreciated the project so much. But I wasn't there. No.
I can recount the story if you want.
Yeah.
Actually, I told it just yesterday when somebody asked me what I think about money, and I answered, "Well, it's all data to me, man." And it's because that day. So what happened was we had a retreat. Now, it was not it was a work retreat, right? We met up in Barcelona. We went through a lot of stuff, like it was the early times, right? So we did naming and, how should we call all the things, and we changed all that way later. But yeah, we were very happy after 1 week of, crunching that we could finally relax. We cracked open a bottle of champagne, and then a call comes in to Griff. And on the other hand, is our good friend Sponat from Swarm City, the project that Chris just referred to. And he said, "Hey guys, can you take a look at what happened? Because we seem to have lost access to our multisig." And that was a parody multisig at that back in the day. And because we had such an OG crew there. I mean, we had Jordi Bailina in the room. We had a hacker in the room, a whitehead, who prefers not to be named, so I won't. And we had like a couple of other really, really brilliant guys. So in a matter of I think it was 15, 20 minutes, we scraped the net and looked for how many parody multisigs are deployed. We collected all the addresses that have a multisig running, a parody multisig. And so we had that list, and our OG whitehead crew, they wrote a script, executed the script. Purpose of the script was take over all the accounts, because that was the actual exploit, right? Call only owner, and so you could own the multisig. And it needed only your signature, nobody else's, and it was basically yours. So that's what we did. We told Reddit and over Reddit and through Twitter, we told the Ethereum community, "Hey guys, don't worry, our funds are safu. We are scraping them. We are taking them to secure them, and you will get them back." And that's basically what happened. A few days of calls and a little bit of politics behind the scenes, right? What should go where? What multisig should be replacing the parody multisig? And I guess we were hitting a refresh on Etherscan on that day while we were executing the script, and I think it was actually 300 million.
It was 210. It was 210 million.
210. All right. Yeah, I'm always like I said, it's all becoming blurry with these numbers for me, and that's also when my notion of what funds mean, what money means, went out of the window for me, of my mind, and it became all data to me. But everyone got their funds back. Everyone was happy in the day. It took a few weeks. It was an ass full of work, but everyone was very diligent and very nice. And yeah.
And I know Oz was there too. I don't know if you have anything to add on that story, or any other stories about Giveth back in the day.
No, that's a good one. I think Kai, gave the facts well. I think the drama was pretty intense. At the time, Catalonia was having protests in Barcelona, so it was already kind of like a revolutionary, happening in the streets. And then here we are, all hold together, a bunch of people in too small of a space, just hacking all the time. And then when we got that call and spent all that time trying to figure out what had happened, and then there was this moment of like, okay, well, what do we do? And Jordy's like, we hack everyone. And he steals all the money from everyone off the chain. And then all the token money, $210 million in, our account. And it's like, okay, what are we going to do with it? Oh, we're going to give it all back. Oh, are we going to take a finder's fee? Or it's like, of course not. Didn't even only got brought up as a joke. But, and then I think it was that very next day, we had already scheduled an interview with somebody from Salt. And he shows up. We're so tired. We can't even see straight by this time because we stayed up all night. And he's just like, oh yeah, I'm just here to interview Giveth. How you guys doing? We're just like, oh, we're tired. And he's like, what happened? We're like, oh, we did this thing last night. He's like, oh, that was you? He's like, you guys are all over the internet right now. That's you. You're the heroes. You're the White Hat group. And all the credit goes to the real White Hats. The best thing I did that night was buy Thai food for everyone. And just wanted to add that drama.
Nice. Okay, so we're over time on Giveth Past, but I definitely want to make one more shout out to Amin, who really saved Giveth. We've had which is the DApp, which is now called Giveth Trace. We've been using this DApp. This is the application that originally Wojtek and RJ and Satya put together. And we've been using it for, I don't know, since 2018, I guess. And in 2019, Giveth had run out of money. We've been running off donations the whole time, and we started really pivoting towards the common stack and putting a lot of our resources there. And we had a few various different, devs kind of take over when we couldn't afford to pay developers anymore. And we had a few other developers take over that stepped up to keep it alive. The big one, of course, being Amin, who's our lead developer today. And there was this moment where it was like, hey, the front end doesn't match what's happening on the blockchain. And, I think we should just kill the DApp. We almost killed Giveth, basically. This bear market, that we didn't have any donations. And Amin's like, no, I will write a simulation script. I will build 3 different solutions to this problem. And it's like, okay, well, if you can get it done by December, I guess we can keep going. And he got it done by December, and we still have Giveth Trace alive. So major shout out to Amin for keeping Giveth alive. I don't know that we'd even have a GIVeconomy right now if you didn't keep it alive, Amin.
Praise.
Major praise. Okay, well, there's a lot more, of course, in the Giveth Past. There was a really great tweet recently for optimistic roll up here. If you want to see more of the things that we did, like the Scaling Now conference and all the Giveth Home that's still going strong, and all the Burning Man events that we've run, and all the cool things that we've done. There's it's all pretty much in this thread. But I'll pass it to Lauren to talk about Giveth Present.
Oh, thanks, Chris. It's super crazy and interesting to be part of a community that has such a rich history. And it's like we're standing on the arms of giants. So I actually want to pass it off to Mitch. He's going to talk a little bit about the current new DApp, which we have at Giveth.io. It's sort of like the child of Giveth Trace, and which has changed a little bit. So, Mitch, are you ready? Should I pass it?
Yeah, sure. I was just swapping the screens on the Zoom link there. So I would like to just give you guys a quick tour of the DApp as it is right now. So Giveth.io in development, it was called Giveth 2. And I just want to show you guys how easy it is to create a project on Giveth, and also how to make donations to projects that are making change in the world right now. So can everyone see my screen all right in the Zoom? I just want to check that.
I see it.
Looks great. Okay, nice. So here we're on the DApp. Really easy to sign in. You can just use your MetaMask here. You sign in with Ethereum. Boom. You can see my account shows up. You can see the Give in my wallet. And then we'll go ahead and we'll create a project. So this can be done in literally minutes. Okay. And all you have to do is add in a description, your project title, and you can choose from a list of categories that are relevant to your project. After that, you can choose where it's based. We'll do it right here in sort of cloudy but mostly sunny Costa Rica. And after that, you just pop in an Ethereum address. And you can see in
Mitch seems to have been kicked from the stage. Hold on, we'll bring him back up here.
Bravo, though. It looks great.
Yeah. Hey, Mitch,
okay.
sorry you got
Am I
kicked.
back now? Who kicked me?
Yeah, we got you.
Unbelievable.
I have no idea.
Oh man, how much did you guys miss?
You made a project and then we missed celebrating with you.
Oh, really? Well, yay, we made a project. That's cool. So I'm just going to show you guys quickly how to donate as well. We'll pick a nice project here, like this Bridging Digital Communities, love it. And then we can go into the project card. And we can learn all about, oh, Kai, Gelée Royale. Oh, nice project. And we can learn all about Kai's project here. We can see updates as they're posting them. And we can also see the donations that they've raised. And then in order to go ahead and make a donation, we just simply click donate. And then after that, we're connected to XDAI right now. Send that man some give. And then it's just as easy as signing off on a MetaMask transaction and that.
Mitch,
and
what
Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. I was just going to ask, what fee does Giveth charge on this donation for providing such an amazing experience?
Funny you ask that. Giveth actually charges no additional fees. So the only fee you pay is the gas to send it to the project.
Yeah, I mean, we pay you to donate. We don't charge fees.
Yeah, so for
we should also mention what happens is that the donation goes straight to the other wallet. There is actually no smart contract magic there in this part. So you only pay the basic transaction fee, and 100% of your funds directly go to another wallet.
Wait a second. This is too good to be true. You're telling me this is a peer-to-peer donation going directly to this project with no fees? The transaction fee was like a thousandth of a penny, and then did I hear Griff say you actually get paid to do this donation?
Yeah, I mean, that to me, that's the best part, right? It's like we don't need taxes or governments to give tax deductible donations. You don't have to be a taxpayer in the same jurisdiction that the nonprofit jumped through a million hoops of bureaucracy to be in. You can just find a good project that has an active social media account and has verified themselves on Giveth. And you can actually, your donation will actually be subsidized by, the magic internet money, which is pretty incredible. And I think it's going to revolutionize the donation space.
All right. Want to pause real quick because this Zoom is about to run out. So posting a new Zoom link in the event chat. Let's all head over to the new Zoom. I'll see you guys there.
Zoom is not for free?
Recording.
Yeah, it's giving us.
I even paid for it, but I'm having some issues, I guess, like getting into the right account.
Where can we find the new Zoom link, Willie?
It is in the event chat.
There.
Everyone mute too, because I am still logging into the Zoom.
Okay,
So I just want to touch a quick moment on what Griff was talking about receiving for your donation. So Griff is actually talking about the GiveBacks program, which I think Lauren will touch on a little bit later, I believe. And so that applies because we were donating to a verified project. And I want to show you one more thing once the Zoom is up.
Zoom is up. Here's that link again in the event chat. Make sure you mute when you join because I'm having trouble muting everybody.
Nice. There it is.
Make sure to mute on Zoom. I mean.
Sweet. I think we're good to continue.
Great. Let's pull this open here and some things. All right. How's that look now? Are we showing Giveth?
We see your Discord.
Your Discord.
There we go. That should be the right one.
Yeah, you got it.
Great. So I just want to show everyone a nice little feature we got in the pipeline as well. And this is a partnership with the Giving Block. And if you're not familiar with the Giving Block, it is a similar platform that allows for donations in crypto to registered charities. And so we've actually made a partnership with them to list all of their projects on Giveth.io. And so this is still in the works here, but we've actually imported, I think, over like 400 projects from the Giving Block into there.
Over 700.
Over 700. Yeah, here, we can find all them like this. Yeah, so all of these projects, we've brought them in from the Giving Block, and they're there on Giveth right now. And you can actually go in and donate to them. And right now, they only accept coins that are listed on Gemini. And so, if you guys would like to donate your Give, we'd like your help in sending out this tweet to get us listed on Gemini so that we can send Give tokens to all of these wonderful projects that we've brought over from the Giving Block.
Ooh, Mitch, can you copy that like Twitter share link and post it in the event chat?
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, let's all tell Gemini to list Give so that all these Giving Block projects can accept Give donations. And so we can get Give on Gemini.
Yeah, I'll make sure to drop that in the channel. So that's the tour of the DApp as it is as present. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to drop them in the channel. But I think I'll pass it back to Lauren.
Thanks, Mitch. Yeah, the Giving Block integration is so amazing because it basically brings so many verified projects onto Giveth. And verified projects, again, are the ones that if you donate to verified projects, you can get Give tokens back. So I'd actually like to talk a little bit more about verified projects. So I'm going to pass it off to Ashley. Ashley is the queen of project verification. So she's been in charge of reviewing all kinds of different applications and going through the process. So I'd love to pass it to you, Ashley, if you're ready, and you could tell us a little bit more about project verification and what it means and like how do you get to be verified as a project.
Yeah, definitely. I want to talk a little bit about that for sure. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we sure can.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I think project verification is really important. And in addition to all our Giving Block projects, we have our own process that is at the moment a little bit centralized, and we're looking to decentralize that process in the future. But I mean, we've all gone into the grocery store. We've all seen the little donation box where you can donate to a charity. But what really happens once you put your money in there, we don't really know. And so we try to kind of mitigate that friction here at Giveth by really looking into each project that applies for verification. And we look for a few key factors when doing that. Basically, we look for the fact that you are who you say you are and that you're using the funds for what you claim to be using them for, and that they're going for like societal benefit and not for personal gain. We don't, we really want to be funding public goods and making sure that there's no like fraudulent or malicious intent with the creation of your project. And along with that, to make sure that you have some skin in the game, you have some reputation at stake. You're not just, you have a reason not to be frauding the system or playing the game. And so we look at those things. We have an application. I think Lauren's sharing it here now. I'm streaming, so Lauren's going to share her screen for me. And basically, you just have to provide some additional information about your project, the intended impact of the organization, and provide some contact information there. If you are a registered nonprofit, that's really helpful because that means that the project has been already thoroughly investigated, and that, so providing that information is really helpful for verifying. And so getting your project verified definitely provides quite a few different benefits. It allows you to build trust with your donors. When your donors are on their project, they can see your updates, what it is that and they know that your project has been investigated and looked into. And once you've been verified, then all the donors who donate to your project will receive givebacks. So in return for their donation, kind of like subsidizing donations like tax deductions, but without governments or borders. And once they donate to your project, Giveth will reward them with up to 75% of their donation in Give tokens, which is super awesome. I'm trying to see, what do you have on your screen now? Yeah, so here's the give back rounds. They go in 2-week rounds. And in order to be verified, you have to apply 1 week before the end of that round to be qualified for the next round. At the end of the round, we'll go through and award everybody their badges, give everybody in time for the next round, you'll get a nice verified badge on your project. So here, yeah, we can see all the lists of the verified projects here on the project page, and that's how you know if you're going to go donate to a verified project. You can find those little badges, and that's how you know you'll get givebacks for your donations. Yeah, I guess once you receive those givebacks, there's a lot of cool ways that you can use them to participate in the new GIVeconomy. And so I'll pass it back to Lauren so she can tell you some of the cool things that you can do with your Give.
Thanks, Ashley. Yeah, so givebacks is super duper cool because basically part of our mission at Giveth is to reward and empower those who give. So by giving to verified projects on Giveth, you can get Give tokens from givebacks. And then with your Give tokens, there's all kinds of awesome things that you can do. And one I'd like to highlight in particular is the governance. So we've got the Give Garden. The Give Garden, well, the Gardens platform was created by OneHive and Gardens DAO. And it's a super cool platform where anyone who holds those tokens can create proposals, and then holders of the Give token, in our case, are able to vote on those proposals, and those proposals can be requesting funding. So this is really the exit to community for Giveth, and like extending ourselves as a DAO with the Give Garden. We want our community to be helping to shape the future of Giveth, to help shape the future of giving. So we want our community of Give token holders to be coming in here, creating proposals, requesting funding for their projects so that we can add more and more and more into the Giveth ecosystem and keep moving forward and like changing and building the future of giving. So if you haven't checked this out, definitely go to give.giveth.io and check out the Give Garden. Here you can see our covenant. You can read about conviction voting, about DAO voting. It's all in the forum there. And you could even go and explore the garden. Right now, there's no open proposals, but I'm expecting that there will be at some point in the near future. Yeah, and also with your Give tokens, in addition to participating in governance, you can also provide liquidity and stake tokens in the Give farm. So we've got this liquidity mining system, and a really cool thing is that on XDive, the farms on XDAI, when you're actually staking your Give tokens, it's the same as wrapping your tokens to participate in the Give garden. So if you want to participate with governance, you need to go to the garden, and you can go up here. I have to enable my account. You can wrap your Give tokens here, and then you'll have GIVe tokens, and the GIVe tokens are what you can use to vote on proposals in the garden. And while you're wrapping your tokens, you're actually earning a yield, and it's the same yield as you would be earning if you were to stake in the 100% Give staking pool here on XDAI. So if you're one of the Give Drop recipients, or if you donate to projects and you get Give tokens back, you can stake them in this pool, and then you'll have GGive tokens that you can use to govern proposals in the Give garden, and you'll also be earning more and more Give tokens. Yeah, APRs are sick. Yeah, one thing I'd really like to highlight as well here, though, is the Give stream. So this is a really fun, cool concept that we've been working on. And basically, the Give stream is a continuous flow of Give that you get over time until December 23rd, 2026. So for about 5 years from the date of launch. And anytime you participate in the Give economy, whether it's donating and getting givebacks, whether it's staking tokens in any of these pools, or providing liquidity and staking your LP tokens and getting tokens from this, you'll be getting some amount that you can claim right away and have in your wallet, and then some amount that's being streamed to you. So that's the Give stream. And the Give stream is basically a flow rate of Give per week that you get every week continuously for the next 5 years. And the idea is that the Give economy and the Giveverse, as we're calling it, starts as humbly and starts out very small. And as you participate more, the Give economy grows and the Giveverse expands. And then more and more people, like the people who are participating and supporting the Give economy, are getting more tokens continuously every week. So a question I've been getting a lot is actually if your flow rate can decrease. And it actually can't. When you earn a flow rate, when you gain a flow rate, whether it's from getting the Give drop and having one initially, or whether it's from participating in any other of the Give economy pillars, you get a flow rate, and your flow rate can only stay the same or go up. So that means, like, whatever it says here, if it's 1 Give per week, if you don't participate anymore, still for the next 5 years, you're going to be getting 1 Give per week every single week until December 23rd. So, but you can actually increase your flow rate by doing anything in the Give economy, whether it's donating or wrapping tokens in the Give garden and earning yield, or participating in the Give farm, providing liquidity and earning a yield. You're going to be getting more tokens that you can add to your Give stream. Yeah, so I'm super excited about this concept. And I mean, even just like looking at my own stream is very exciting, because I feel like I have already a lot, like I already have Give to play with. And then when I participate, when I donate, I get more Give, and then I get more Give over time. So as the Give economy grows, so does the power and the governance rights of our stakeholders, of our community of people who care and who are supporting Giveth and the Give economy. Yeah, so that is the fun and exciting things that I have to show you that we're launching with right now at the Give economy. You can read more about this in our launch post, Welcome to the Give economy. There's this really cool, punchy, fun video that we posted on our Twitter if you haven't seen it already. So I would definitely encourage you to go take a look. If you have any questions about this, reach out in our Discord, reach out in the support channel. There's always people who are there asking questions or answering questions. And yeah, but I would also love to now pass it to Griff and to Willie to talk a little bit more about some of the cool things that we have planned for the future. Because launching the Give economy with everything that it has right now is really only just the beginning. And with this exit to community, with your support and with our visions and dreams, we hope to grow Giveth into something even bigger. So I'll pass it to Griff. You want to take it away?
Sure. I mean, we have a lot of big plans, and maybe we'll go back and forth. I'll let Willie start with Give matching, and then I can get into project curation, and we can go from there. What do you think, Willie?
That sounds good. We're moving so quickly, though. I wanted to slow down for just 1 sec before we dive in, if that's okay, because I thought that was a great demo of the Give garden and the Give stream, Lauren. And it's been there's been so much great feedback on the Give stream this past week, so I'm really excited to see that so far. But I was wondering too, if we could show while we're demoing the DApp, could we show the project creation flow really quickly? Lauren, would you be willing to demo that? I think it's such a beautiful flow, and I really just want to, like, before we dive into the tokenomics and stuff, just really drive home the fact that Giveth is the easiest way for anyone in the world to start accepting donations. As you can see on the Zoom here, it's really just a couple steps to get started.
Hey, Willie, sorry, I believe I already demoed the project creation, unless you guys missed that part of the stream.
Oh, you did? I'm so sorry, Mitch. I totally missed that then. Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, cool. So you guys have seen the project creation flow and the donation flow, and it was pretty amazing that Mitch was able to demo that in like minutes. Demoed it so quickly I didn't even catch it. But yeah, I just, I want to give props there and praise just to the whole Giveth community. And yeah, even before the token launched, which is not always common, right? Sometimes you'll see a token launch before there's any kind of application live. Giveth has taken the exact opposite approach. And not only has trace.giveth.io been live for years, but this new dApp is live and it's so beautiful. And it really is the easiest way for anyone in the world to create a project in a couple minutes and start accepting donations. And then on the other side, for anyone in the world to donate directly to them with no fees. And everything that you guys are seeing here, it's all open source. And now it is all owned by the community, which is you guys, Give holders. Okay, that's my spiel. Thanks for going back through it, you guys. All right, so great. If we want to talk about future plans, I'm really excited to talk about the donations to causes. I'll post a little image in the chat right here because I'm not able to share screen. But here's a slide that we put together for this ETH Denver presentation last year on Giveth past, present, and future. And one of the future features that I'm most excited about in this Giveverse is the ability to donate to causes. So right now, anyone who's ever donated knows that in order to donate, you need to first you decide what cause you want to donate to, right? Then you have to pick a project to donate to. And it's much easier said than done. As a product person, I'm always looking for how can we just make a process as simple as possible? Because at every step of friction, you have drop off. And when you give users a lot of choice, it can be very overwhelming, especially with a difficult decision, right? If you're giving away your money to a project to support a cause, you want to make sure you're giving it to the right project. And there's a trade-off where you either spend a lot of time doing diligence or you just donate and you ape into a project and you hope you donate to the right project. And as you guys have mentioned in the chat, a lot of projects, there's a whole spectrum of good projects all the way to bad projects. And what we want to build at Giveth is the money Lego for donations to make donating as easy as possible. So on Giveth, of course, you'll still be able to donate directly to projects, but you'll also be able to donate to the causes you care about. This is great for individual donors who just want to donate to a cause and know that 100% of their donation is going to go to the top cause. And it's also great for projects it's also great for DAOs and for institutions. We've talked to a lot of DAOs who really want to give a percentage of their treasury or of their revenues to social impact, but they don't want to have to pick specific projects and play favorites. This is a great way for them to just pick the causes they want to support and trust that 100% of every donation to those causes is going to go directly to the top projects. And I'm going to post another image. This is some alpha. This is some tokenomics for the Give token. So we've talked about how we're giving all this giveaway to drive donations. What are we doing to make sure that people want to hold Give and not just sell it? And this is where the GiveFi comes in. So if you guys are familiar with Gitcoin, we're working with the Gitcoin team to implement quadratic fund matching to projects. So you'll still be able to donate to projects or you'll be able to donate to causes. If you donate to a cause, then the funds that you donate will be allocated to projects, to verified projects within that cause as matching donations. That's really exciting because anyone who's ever donated and received a matching donation knows how great it feels to have your donation go even farther. And it's also great for these projects because they'll want to push their donors to Giveth because if their donors donate on Giveth, the project will get matching funds and the donor can get some give back. So we really think this can be a great way to have all the projects say, hey, donate to us on Giveth. Why would we want to push people to donate to us on any other platform that probably charges fees? And there's no donation matching and our donors don't get give back when they can donate through Giveth and get all of that. And the exciting thing here is DeFi. And this is what makes this model possible. The reason that we're able to enable donations for zero fees is DeFi. And there's a growing number of different strategies available to us. The image that I posted in the chat uses compound finance. Compound DAI is the example. But this could really be any strategy decided by Give token holders. So while the donations sit in escrow, which will be on average 45 days, because donations during 1 month will be basically held in escrow and allocated to DeFi. and then allocated as matching funds to projects at the end of the following month. So if you assume a constant rate of donations throughout the month, that means every donation is sitting in escrow for average of 45 days and generating yield. We'll also need to basically convert all these donations to DAI. So there will be a protocol fee for the swap there. But then afterwards, once everything's converted into DAI, all of that yield that's generated can be transferred to the Give Garden, and Give holders can decide what to do with that. And one likely candidate for a strategy is buying back Give tokens so that we can make this sustainable, so that we're not just giving Give out, but we're also replenishing our supply of Give and providing liquidity to the market for Give. So this, I think, is an incredible model because every year over $400 billion are donated in the United States alone. And if you look at the interest, the potential interest and the revenues that can be generated from this model, it's potentially billions of dollars of revenue if we achieve our mission of building the future of giving. And I really believe this is the way. This is how we can build the future of giving. I think we're doing it the right way. As an open source, community-owned project without any fees, I think that's disruptive. And I think it's going to be very, very hard for any Web 2 or legacy project in the nonprofit space to compete with that. And if you think about it, the nonprofit space is one of the legacy industries that has really yet to be disrupted by Web 2.0, let alone Web 3.0. So I think with this model, we can really leapfrog and provide just a really great foundation for the future of giving. With a really sustainable tokenomic model that we can then build upon. So this is not the end. It's really just the beginning. But this is one feature that I'm personally really excited about, and I think is going to both solve a big problem in donating, while also providing the money Lego for donations, and generating really sustainable revenue to fund the development of the future of giving. All right, I said a lot there. Griff, anything you want to add or ask questions about, or should we just head straight into project curation?
No, I think we can go straight into project curation. I think you nailed it. I mean, it's this mix of quadratic funding with DeFi yield farming on latent donations that I think will be like an amazing 1-2 punch that will change the way the donations really work. And this is really where Willie came into this project in 2019 at ETH Denver. I think it was 2019, maybe it was 2020. He did a nice hackathon project called Cause. And I approached him at ETH Denver, was like, hey, can you do this for Giveth? And he was like, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. And now here we are. It's going to happen. And so it's super cool to see how things have evolved over the last few years. But the Give curation is a project that's near and dear to my heart, and it's really part of this runway towards getting away from the requirements of sacrifice for doing nonprofit work. With the first step is Give curation,
sorry to interrupt you. I'm not muted on Discord.
Thank you. Yeah.
Mute on Zoom.
Thank you so much.
And then mute on Zoom.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Yeah. So Give curation is all about trying to make the Give token be valuable for also people curating nonprofit causes. One of the cool things that Giveth is providing is that it's basically a decentralized service that the government usually provides. Usually a government is saying which nonprofits deserve to be subsidized. And we're taking that on in a decentralized way through givebacks, right? Where we actually give the subsidy through our token economy. But we still have this centralized piece that's project verification. And we're going to need that for the foreseeable future, but we'd like to integrate more of a decentralized token curated registry approach where people with Give tokens can lock their Give tokens for a period of time. And the longer they lock their tokens, the more voting power they have on which nonprofits and for good projects deserve givebacks the most. And so they can use their voting power that they get by locking their Give tokens to curate the best projects on the platform. And we're still evolving exactly all the details of all of these projects. They're in the works. We just got busy launching this one. So the spec for this is going to be written next. Actually, this is the next big project. And what's cool though is that if you have Give tokens, if you were a nonprofit and someone donated to you on Giveth, that and you're verified, that they just got these Give tokens. And so you can go ask them, hey, it's no sacrifice to you to allocate your Give tokens to our project and vote for us. Lock your Give tokens and vote for us to say that that our project is awesome, And they can, and then when the people lock their tokens, also they'll be earning a yield, just like staking. So it's a super cool way for people to support causes without sacrificing. And so the next step to that, though, and if you don't mind, I'll just go into GIRVs. So like the dream of Giveth is to remove sacrifice from doing good. Right now, if you want to, throw a movie in the park, you can. A lot of people will enjoy that. It's a public good. Anyone can come into the park and enjoy the movie, but you have no way of being funded for that project. Whereas if you want to make a movie theater, you have a business model. Well, we want to build systems where people can provide value to society, abundance economics, really, and create economic systems that reward people for creating value. And even if that value isn't to an individual, but it's to society at large. Right now, if you want to provide value to society at large, you have to be a government or a nonprofit. You have to, extract taxes, or you have to beg for donations, and that's just broken. That's a flawed. That's a whole flawed concept, and we want to turn that around. In partnership with the Common Stack, which actually spun out of Giveth, of course, we're building GIRVs. And the idea here is that when a project, and let me maybe just go back and walk through the Web 2 to Web 3 dream of Giveth. So normally a nonprofit, they know how to use GoFundMe, they know how to use Indiegogo and Kickstarter. And we want to make it really easy for them to jump into the crypto space. So in our application, as Mitch showed, they've succeeded a little bit on the platform. Maybe they raised $2,000 by donations and have become a verified project. We say, hey, Google can steal your money? Try this MetaMask thing. And then they start thinking, okay, Web3 is cool, right? And then their projects their donors start getting givebacks, and they tell them about give curation, and they get them to stake. And then they start thinking about how, oh, look, the donors helped me, but they didn't have to donate. In fact, they're making money by helping me. That's so cool, right? And now when there's enough tokens staked behind one project, enough give tokens staked behind one project, we want to use that as a way to launch a project-focused economy. So let's say that there's $100,000 worth of give tokens, which I guess would be 100,000 give tokens, staked behind one project. And they want to launch a GIRV. A GIRV is a bonding curve, and I know most people probably don't know what bonding curves are, but I don't want to go into the technical details. But the magic is that it's an under-collateralized crypto economic primitive that can actually create money on paper, kind of like, but it's backed by the currency itself. So you can take $100,000 worth of give, put it in a smart contract, and then if the reserve ratio is 25%, all of a sudden you have 400K worth of tokens that could be slowly sold back into that bonding curve. And it's really great for low liquidity environments. You can see what the TEC is doing. If you want to dive into bonding curves, they really talk about it, the Token Engineering Commons. But what's really cool here is that we can, when we create 400K worth of tokens that are backed by 100K worth of give tokens, then we can give 200K to the donors, to the stakers, the people who are curating for that project, and they win. They make money on paper. And so does the project. We can give 200K to the project, and they can start, rewarding their volunteers, and they can start allocating these funds to the people who have expertise and have put in labor to get the nonprofit to where they are today. And now with givebacks, every time someone donates to that nonprofit, the give tokens, instead of going all the give tokens going to the donor, right? Of course, all of the donors' donation goes to the project. They're still receiving donations, which is great. But now the givebacks actually also go into the bonding curve, and they create new project tokens, raising the price of the project's token at the same time. And what's super cool here is now the donors become investors in that project's future success. And the volunteers become shareholders in the project's future success. And everybody who is supporting this project now has a financial incentive that is aligned with the project's mission, vision, and values. And on top of that, Giveth becomes almost like a stock market of sorts for trading nonprofit tokens. And people can, instead of putting your capital into Amazon or Google, you can put your capital into saving the Amazon and data privacy nonprofits like the EFF. You can really start allocating capital to the change that you want to see in the world. And this is what GIVs really has the promise of providing. Sorry about the name. But that's one of the big, to me, at least for me, this is the dream of Giveth, is to get to a place where donations are okay. Donations are great, actually. And volunteering is great, but it shouldn't be the only way to provide value for society from a bottom-up way. We have governments, and they provide services from a top-down approach, but we want to build a solution where people can be rewarded for doing good work in a bottom-up way without relying on sacrifice solely. And so that's where we're headed with GIVs. And maybe I can pass it to Lauren to dive into the next section.
Thanks so much, Griff. I'm super excited about GIVs personally, and I'm okay with the name. Okay, so that was our Giveth past, present, future, and it was really quite a lot of things. Giveth has been around for a long time, and we have a lot in the works. We have a lot that we're out with right now. So I'd love to pass it on to the chat to see if anybody has any questions. Ashley has been tracking some, so we can start by answering the questions that she brought up. Yeah, so the first question is if we have any token burning plan. And yeah, I don't know the answer to this question. Griff, do you want to answer that?
No, actually, what I would say is token burning sounds good as a meme, but but burning tokens is not actually as good from a token economics perspective as putting it in a DAO that is used for creating value. So our plan for a lot of these things is to lock the tokens in places like GIVs, lock tokens on the platform to earn interest, and also lock tokens in liquidity like token swaps, and to put our tokens to work. And any tokens that would normally be burned, I would strongly recommend. I mean, it's a DAO. These are DAO decisions, of course. But I would strongly recommend that we actually send them to the DAO so that we can use the tokens for value creation, as opposed to just burn the tokens to increase the supply.
Awesome.
I agree.
Go ahead, Willie.
I was going to say I strongly agree. Ultimately, it's a governance decision. Give token holders can decide to do whatever they want with the give in the treasury, but I couldn't agree more, Griff. And for an example, just yesterday, Shapeshift DAO deposited 50 million Fox into the tokamak reactor, and that 50 million Fox is going to generate anywhere from $6 to $15 million of revenue for the DAO and tokens every year. We could have burnt those tokens, but I think Griff is right that if we had burnt those tokens, I don't think it would result in an extra $6 to $15 million of revenue for the DAO. Unfortunately, markets aren't really as rational as we sometimes would like them to be. So I completely agree that putting tokens to work is oftentimes much more beneficial than burning them. And unfortunately, there's a lot of great and a growing number of DeFi opportunities that we're excited to explore with Give. We just launched this token a couple days ago, and definitely one of the main priorities throughout 2022 is going to be getting Give implemented in a lot of these different DeFi protocols that can help provide utility and yield generating opportunities for Give token.
Amazing.
Back
Thanks
to you,
so
Lauren.
much. Great. Yeah, cool. So the next question is asking if there's anywhere to swap the Give token. And actually, I can help with this one. I mean, we have these farming opportunities on HoneySwap, on SushiSwap, on Uniswap, on Mainnet, and on Balancer. So you can actually swap Give on any of those sites. I mean, even if you were to just click the buy token from the Give farm, it'll send you to Uniswap. So you'll be able to import Give and trade it for whatever you want. And same thing on HoneySwap.
What is XDAI for people who aren't familiar?
Griff, do you want to take it?
Yeah. Am I unmuted?
Yeah.
Thanks. My Discord's going a little wild. I'm trying to fight the bots in our event log channel. The XDAI is actually something that Giveth helped start. It's a sidechain of Ethereum. We were one of the first 4 validators and have been validating it since its inception. Thank you, Kai, for managing all the validation work. Gele Royale is our DevOps rock star, and he's been holding it down for a long time, working with the XDAI crew. And XDAI is a sidechain of Ethereum that the base currency is XDAI, which is effectively DAI bridged to the XDAI chain. So instead of paying gas in a volatile currency like Matic or Ethereum, the coolest thing about XDAI is that the gas price will never go up because the gas costs are in a unit that is pegged to the dollar. So it's super cool. We never have to worry about, crypto kitties ruining our carefully thought out plans. We can build on a stable foundation with a gas currency that is a stable currency. And recently XDAI was just merged with Gnosis, and they're actually in a middle transition period where stake is being converted into GNO, which is Gnosis's token, and this is going to become the Gnosis chain. And DAppNode is very much also, which is a project that came out of Giveth. DAppNode is very much involved in this, and so I'm very excited about the transition here, so that we can make XDAI in a way it will become the Gnosis chain, which will be probably a canary chain for Ethereum. So it kind of like Kusama was back in the day, where for Polkadot, where all the upgrades would happen first for Ethereum sharding and Ethereum's roadmap. They'll happen on Gnosis chain, which is formerly XDAI. And also we have hopes that we can actually make the Gnosis chain have be one of the most decentralized chains in the world, because it will have some kind of incentives for running your own node with a DAppNode. So these are all things that are in the works. We're not 100% sure that they're all going to work out, of course, but very excited to be part of the Gnosis community and Gnosis chain community, and be from the very beginning when it was still XDAI.
That's awesome. And yeah, for anyone who's sick of paying those high gas fees on mainnet, oh my gosh, it feels so refreshing just to trade for Give on XDAI and to farm on XDAI, claim those rewards, stake them in the Give garden. It really is a magical, refreshing feeling when each of those gas fees is like a thousandth of a penny. And donating too. It's what enabled us to really make these. You can donate to someone on the other side of the world for a fraction of a penny on Giveth, which is pretty amazing.
Nice. Yeah, thank you, Willie. Thank you, Griff. Cool. Speaking of donating, there was actually another question about donating. Is there any way of accepting donations in crypto for a project, in other crypto for a project? Do you have to auto swap it for Give and then pay it to the project? And actually, I've got great news for you. You can actually donate to projects on Giveth with so many different tokens. Like I'm on XDAI right now, so you can see our drop-down menu. There's tons of different tokens that are on there. Same thing on mainnet. Giveth supports donations on both mainnet and on XDAI, so you can choose your network and you can choose your token. If there's a token there that you want to see, if there's a token missing that you want to see there, you can also always go to giveth.io/support. And then on giveth.io/support, you can request a new feature, and then we'll get a GitHub issue, and we'll get a GitHub issue that's basically just asking for that particular token, and then we can add it, and then you can donate whatever crypto you want to whatever project that you want on Giveth. And a great thing as well is that donating to verified projects, in order to get givebacks, you don't need to donate in Give. You can donate in any cryptocurrency. You can donate in ETH, DAI, USDC. You can donate in Doge, and you can get givebacks back for your donations to the verified project. I have another question. The question in the chat is: will you guys bridge to other places such as Polygon or BSC? I know Willie
I'm confident we will add more chains. I mean, first we had to get this launch through, and we have things, but I think it would be really weird not to add more chains. We're very much chain agnostic.
Yeah, ideally, we'll enable projects to accept donations in whatever chains they want to eventually. And right now, one of the limitations that we're aware of is that if you have a smart contract multi-sig for accepting donations on one chain, and you don't have that same smart contract address on another chain, then you have to be careful basically using that address on Giveth, because let's say your multi-sig is on mainnet and someone sends to that address on XDAI, you may not be able to ever receive those funds. So I could totally see a future where we support as many chains as we can, and we give projects the ability to plug in addresses for each of the chains that they want to be able to accept donations in.
Nice.
Lots of good stuff to build.
Okay, cool. So there's another question too in the chat. The question is if the supply is in both blockchains is the same, if the supply is the same on XDAI and on mainnet.
Not really. The supply on XDAI is ever changing. So there's a great dashboard that Fabio is working on. Major praise to Fabio. That will show the active supply on both chains. Right now, it's about 7 million total, with about 1 million circulating supply, 1.5 million circulating supply on mainnet, and 5.5 million circulating supply on XDAI. But the XDAI bridge, when you bridge, the token was originally created on mainnet and then bridged to XDAI. We bridged 92% of it to XDAI. And put them all in the token distro. And so the 920 million tokens will be slowly released over the next 5 years and through the Give stream. And when people bridge the tokens back to mainnet, the token on XDAI is burned. So every time the token's total supply on mainnet looks like it's 1 billion, even though actually circulating it's only like it's less than 2 million. And on XDAI, it's every time someone actually bridges back to mainnet, we burn the XDAI token is destroyed. So it's not the same.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So a couple more questions. There's a few questions about NFTs, asking if you have any plans with NFTs for the future, or if we're planning any play-to-earn metaverse gaming projects.
I'm sure NFTs will get added in. We've been talking with Bright ID a little bit about creating Bright ID claimable NFTs for donors. But we'll see. NFTs are clearly critical for the Ethereum space, so I'm sure that we will get them back in.
And also Doing Good is one of our partners for Giveth, and they are doing a lot of cool stuff with NFTs for good. So I think that there's like some cool collaborations doing there. Yeah, and then there's another question asking just if there's any opportunities to stake. And I'll just reiterate, you can go into the Give farm and it's so great. The APRs are awesome. You can increase your Give stream. You can be getting claimable Give tokens. It has opportunities on both XDAI /Gnosis chain and Ethereum. So you can stake 100% Give tokens, or you can provide liquidity and stake LP tokens. And Give staking is available both on XDAI and on Ethereum. Okay, great. So these are all the questions that I have relayed from Ashley. Unless Ashley, are there any other questions in the chat that you'd like to bring up? I mean, we have time for like a couple more.
Well, Ashley looks for questions just on the NFT question. Yeah, I'm really excited for, like you said, Lauren, for integrations with Doing Good. Also Impact App, DeSci There's a lot of these. We're seeing a lot of like NFT for good projects pop up where if you donate, you can get an NFT. And yeah, we love that model, right? It makes a lot of sense where if you're donating, we might as well give you an NFT that you can only get if you donate. And that NFT doesn't cost a lot to mint. It's effectively free, but it has real value to the individual. So really excited to integrate those on Giveth so that not only do you get give back, but you can also potentially get some NFTs for donating to certain projects. And yeah, just on that note, we're friends with all the social good projects, right? We really don't view any social good or any Web3 projects as competitors. We really are trying to build a whole universe, and any opportunities that we can find to collaborate and support other social good projects we're always interested in. And that's worked really great and has helped Giveth really kind of solidify its position as, a core project in the Web3 social good space.
Yeah, nice. Actually, in that same vein, there's one more question that came up from, I think let's answer one more and then we close out. The question is if we have any plans to use POAPs, or if we have any ideas on how to use POAPs for donations or for long-term staking.
No plans as of yet. I mean, we're good friends with the POAP community for sure, and the TEC is using POAPs, and I'm sure we will use POAPs as well for as an integration. But I don't think we have any plans of doing it yet. But all of these cool projects, like if anyone has a team or knows of a team that wants to take them on, especially a project manager. If someone really cares about any of these integrations, this is why we have the Give Garden. The Give Garden is there. It doesn't take that many votes to pass a vote. Like, it's not like a yes/no voting system. So instead it's more like, does it have enough support from the community? So if you have a team that can do anything to improve our system, you can be funded by our Give Garden in a really cool way. So feel free, if you know of competent project managers that have success, we can give them the rest of the resources, honestly. The biggest thing that we're lacking is project managers that can take a project from start to finish and carry it home.
Yeah, okay, great. Cool. So, well, that's the end of our rough time. This was...
Vi has a question. Actually, says, is the Giveth swag shop going to open up for purchases without GLove anytime soon? And that is definitely an integration that's in the works with General Magic. So we will definitely get this swag shop so that you can buy more than just 2 pieces of swag if you'd like. And hopefully we'll actually integrate it with DAppNode, Common Stack, and other groups in the community that we can. That might also want to sell swag around the world.
Yeah. So speaking of swag, this is a nice thing to close out on. Ashley's trying to collect everyone's names, and we have this great Giveth swag wheel thing that we want to play with. And basically we're doing a draw. So for who attended the launch party, we want to put your names and spin the wheel and then send you some GLove tokens, so you'll be able to get Giveth swag, any of this amazing, beautiful Giveth swag delivered right to your doorstep. So Ashley hasn't been able to see everybody from the stage. So if you want Giveth swag, if you want to be entered into this raffle, DM Ashley and just be entering the raffle or raffle swag. DM Ashley raffle swag, and then she'll add you to that list. And then when we find the winners, we'll DM you and send you GLove tokens. Yeah, so I just want to say thank you to everybody for joining the launch party and for supporting the GIVeconomy and the Giveth ecosystem. I'm so excited about the launch and everything that's coming up in the future. And I really hope that we get to meet more of you and bring you more into the community. So keep coming around. And yeah, I'll close it out here unless Griff or Willie or anybody else on the stage has any final words.
No, thank you all for coming. Thanks for celebrating the GIVeconomy launch with us. Willie, do you have any final words?
Thank you all for coming. Thanks everyone on the stage for giving a great overview of Giveth. I think we have our next community call that I know of Thursday morning at 8 a.m. Mountain, 9 a.m. Central Time. Definitely hope you guys can join. And yeah, this is just the beginning, right? We're now 3-4 days, about 4 days into this launch. And so the DAO is just getting started, but I'm so excited to see all these amazing community members in the audience. Hope you guys can get involved. There's going to be a growing number of opportunities available, right? So at the beginning of the DAO, it's not like we have a ton of job positions ready to fill, but we hope that will grow. And you guys, we're all in this together, right? So you guys can help with that. DAOs are permissionless. So if you're waiting for someone's permission to come in and add value, it's possible that you'll be waiting for forever. So don't be afraid to get in there and just DAO it. And, as you can see, we're a pretty generous community. So I can't promise anything, but I always say if you're adding meaningful value to a DAO and you're not getting rewarded, then the DAO is doing something wrong. So, I hope that we can reward those who give and those who help build this future of giving. That said, if you want to guarantee there's payment, then there's the route to do that through making a proposal or through talking to some of these existing circles and pitching kind of what you want to do and how much you'd like to get paid for it. So there's a lot of opportunities, and if we can all come together and work together on building this future of giving, it's going to be awesome. So really excited to get to know all of you better, and thank you guys for joining today. Anyone else have any final closing thoughts?
All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you all soon. Happy giving.
Yay!
Thanks, everyone. See you around.